Imagine being good enough at League to hit Challenger over and over again, seemingly without even trying. Well, this player does just that, and they've also achieved rank 1. While he plays mostly on the EU West server, he also managed to climb to Challenger in Korea, the most difficult server to climb on. And as if that wasn't impressive enough, it took him less than 1 month. You're probably picturing an OPGG that looks something like this, but his actually looks like this. You almost definitely know who it is just from these KDAs alone. If the only thing on this screen was this, you would probably still know who this video is about. The man who created his own way of playing that is so unusual that many people genuinely can't tell if and when he's trolling. Doing the opposite of what most people would consider to be correct gameplay, he broke the idea of focusing on playing safe and not dying, and found his own way to succeed. This player is, of course, Thebausffs.
Solo bolo.
You may be wondering, how is it that someone playing like this can fly through the Korean ladder to Challenger in just a few weeks, and while doing so, gain the respect of some of the best competitive League players in the world?
야, 제발. 아니, 뭐야 이거. 아, 제발. 아니, 이 형 미쳤는데.
This video is going to look at how Baus managed to achieve this, how and why his playstyle works, as well as why so many players try to copy it and run it down in their ranked games. Before jumping into it, let me introduce you to this video's sponsor, Porofessor. Porofessor is a popular companion app and in-game overlay for League of Legends that can provide you with a huge amount of information while in or out of game. If you aren't sure of the best builds for the champion that you're trying to learn, Porofessor will help you with that. No more AFKing in base trying to look up a good build for your champion. Another useful part of Porofessor is the in-game overlay, that provides you with jungle timers for easier jungle tracking, as well as a way to compare your stats to other players at your rank. Porofessor will even show you your teammates' stats. You can see if they've been doing well lately, or even if they got autofilled, or if they're randomly first timing their champ in your ranked game. Porofessor is free to download and very easy to set up. Click the link below to download it and get an advantage in your games. Thanks again to Porofessor for sponsoring this video, and let's jump back into it. Baus started streaming in January of 2018 and very quickly gained notoriety for his Sion gameplay, specifically his full AD Sion. His stream caught on pretty fast due to his antics, and also for the AD Sion gameplay. It was an interesting way to play a champion that was generally built full tank, and he was managing to hit Challenger in every single season with it. His weird build wasn't the only thing that stood out about his gameplay though. Baus is also the creator of his own playstyle. The same playstyle that you've definitely had people grief your games trying to imitate. He is the creator of what is known as inting Sion. The way Baus played Sion allowed him to hit Challenger in every season, and allowed him to dominate while playing in Korea, even receiving credit from pro players.
이 사람 신인데? 와, 리스펙.
Baus's playstyle focuses on amassing as much gold as possible from tower plates and minion waves, while also applying and absorbing pressure.
Hopefully Graves comes here, tries to kill me, so I can waste his time. And Ari. A 2-for-1. Don't mind if I do.
It may not look like it, but he's usually playing very efficiently. This means that even when it looks like Baus is very behind, he's often actually quite far ahead. The bounty system is a big factor here too, creating situations like this, where Baus can be up a ton of gold and worth almost no gold because of how much he has died, while the enemy laner, who is actually behind, has a 1000 gold bounty. It's a common misconception that the bounty system is the only reason that this works. We'll look at the specifics of his playstyle later in the video, and Baus himself has a full guide on his channel that you should definitely check out. In April of 2022, Baus traveled to Korea with the intent of seeing how high he could climb on the ladder in 1 month. Many other streamers tried to climb on the Korean server. Some streamers were able to hit Challenger, and many simply could not. Many doubted that Baus's bizarre playstyle would work on what is often seen as the most difficult server to climb, especially against some of the best pro players in the world.
I made it! I made it! I am here on the Korean server. Welcome everybody, welcome. It is nice to have you here. I mean, we'll see when I get to high elo if it's like different in gameplay done. But right now it's a lot of difference in gameplay. People like perma griefing, by the way. Like everyone is griefing. It's so fun actually. Like people are unironically playing more like me here than they do in EU. Just gonna need one more win and then I'm diamond. Wait, Kiana is full build, watch out. Fastest climber in the world. Diamond now.
Baus would hit diamond with 45 wins and 14 losses just a few days into his trip. And it wasn't long after that, he was diamond 1 with a 79% win rate on Sion in 48 games.
Every single boot camper, they always talk about this elo. This is it. They always get stuck here. You know, everyone who has boot camped there, there's been more than 20 people who has mentioned that Diamond 1 is the worst in Korea. Let's see if I'm able to do this. Nice. Big. Ding 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 ding. Dragon spawning. I'm going straight to top lane here. I'll pressure the fuck out of this. They have to deal with me. Should secure the dragon for us. We have soul point. Stupid idiot. Please defend. Yeah, we won. Oh my god! Move! Okay, they all died, we won. Nice. Dude, I was about to fucking get real pissed off right there. Oi, 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 oi. I'm 16, 13, 14, 12, 13, 13, 12, 12. I always make sure I outlevel my opponent. Levels are very important. Damn, that's pretty. That's a pretty animation. Master 1 in Korea. Not bad, not bad. But the grind has just begun. We just went through kindergarten. Now elementary comes. Now real school begins.
After a 3-0 in his promo games, Baus had hit Masters, and he was already playing with mostly Grandmaster players, while some other players may have been struggling a little bit. With 91 wins and 48 losses, Baus passed the Grandmaster cutoff, and the hardest part of the climb would begin.
This is the cap for Grandmaster. So, I'm Grandmaster, guys. I am technically Grandmaster, you can say.
With a ratio of 211 wins to 159 losses, Baus had reached the required LP for Challenger. All he had to do was wait 40 minutes for the rank ladder to update, and he would promote, proving the doubters wrong, hitting Challenger in only 23 days. Anyone else in this situation would happily wait those 40 minutes and collect their title, but not Baus. Baus is different. He would queue up for one more game.
The cannon. Yes! Yes! There it is! Oh, I bought 2 cools again! Oh! Oh! She's grieving. Oh, I get carried again, man. I just get carried all games, or what? Is that all there is? Is me getting carried over and over and over again. Not too bad, not too bad. Now this is exciting. Oh my god. I'm so excited. You guys know what time it is, right? It's countdown time. Oh my god, oh my god. Come on! Where is it? Come on! Give me that challenger. I want it. Do 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 do! Damn! God damn! That's clean. That's a clean ass border right there. Challenger in Korea server. There it is, guys. And there it is. Nobody thought I could do it. They all doubted me. Look at me now.
There aren't many achievements in League that are more impressive than hitting Challenger in Korea. But there are a few. While playing in high elo, Baus would earn the respect of multiple pro players, such as Ruler.
사요 간다.
깡, 깡, 깡. 더 강해져. 진짜 씨. 사이온 캐리인데? 사이온 캐리인데 진짜로? 사이온이 다 부셔놔서 이겼어.
He would get to play with Showmaker again, who, while playing in EU West, already called him a Sion god.
Sion God amazing. You're gonna make me cry. You're damn right, Sion God. And there is the respect I've been waiting for. Coming from the greatest of all time. Showmaker. Approving the Thebausffs.
There is a certain chapter of his trip to Korea that has to be mentioned. He encountered the final boss himself of the Korean server, Faker. But Baus and Faker were actually on the same team. This was Baus's time to shine, his time to show what he was made of.
Jesus. We found him, guys. Oh, how exciting. Ooh. I will not feed this game. I will not feed. After this game, Faker's gonna love me. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Faker did the surrender mode. No. No. No, that was just a terrible game. That was a really rough game. I don't know. This, oh my, I actually feel bad. Oh my god. I feel bad. Wait, what just happened? No, I don't want, okay. What just happened? Dude, this is not happening, by the way. This is not happening. This is not happening. Oh my god, oh my god. I'll have to talk with my Riot guy, see if the account is doomed or not, see if there's anything I can do to recover it. I didn't get banned for inting. I did not get banned for inting. I did not int. Let's get that clear.
Baus did not get banned for inting, but his account did get locked because Riot thought that the account may have been compromised. Basically, the game had gone so poorly that they didn't think the person playing that match was likely to be the same person who had actually got the account to Challenger. The account would eventually be unlocked, and Baus would once again be free to ruin Faker's games. Shortly after, Baus would once again run into Faker, again playing on the same team, but with Faker playing jungle. This gave Baus one last shot at redemption before the end of his Korea trip.
Oh, focus up, guys. I will focus up. Faker is popping off. He's 4-1. Oh my god. Oh my god. This Nidalee is so good. Wish I had a younger now. Get him, Faker! Still 0 kills. People keep KSing me. Nice. Not Faker though. Faker is doing great. Oh, I'm so strong now. I'm redeeming myself here, guys. If there's gonna ARAM, I'll just keep pushing and take Inhibitor. Why should I run to them when they have to run to, like... I'll end the game. Fuck it. I'll go and end the game. No one wanna stop me? This server. Double kill, baby! Let's get it! There it is, boys. There it is. The redemption arc. Yo, Faker, you get my honor. You played so well this game.
Baus was ultimately able to redeem himself, and his trip was clearly a huge success. But there would be some consequences. Immediately following the trip, the next set of patch notes would have some specific nerfs to Sion. His damage to towers while in a zombie passive would be reduced heavily, and in addition, Hullbreaker was also nerfed. The interesting thing about this is that when the changes were first announced, Baus reacted to it on stream, stating that if this nerf did not affect runes and items, like Demolish for example, it would not be too bad. Baus also confirmed on stream that Demolish was not nerfed while on PBE. Once the patch actually went live though, the nerf was changed, and it did affect runes and items.
I said on stream, well, this nerf is not gonna do that much, you know, so we're still good, guys. And then I wake up today, and this is the change they did. And I go into practice tool, and my demolish deals 40% less damage. At this point, I literally think Riot is listening to the stream. Like, why would they change the change? Like, well, what's happening? Do I have to stop talking? Like, did I seriously snitch on myself? I said the nerf wouldn't be that big of a deal, so then they doubled down on it. And I wonder if includes runes and items. Does this include Hullbreaker then? So then Sion will deal 40% reduced damage to towers, but then the Hullbreaker also won't work.
So not only was Baus solely responsible for getting Sion nerfed, his specific way of playing was targeted. So much so that the nerf was actually changed based on his comments to make it more impactful. Sion's pick rate also skyrocketed around the time of Baus's trip, hitting 11%. For reference, currently it's at about 2.7. This leads into the next big topic to talk about, the rise of inting Sion in solo queue. There was a huge increase in people playing what is known as inting Sion. These are players who were trying to copy what they saw Baus doing, but without actually understanding his decision making. This meant that these players would literally just be running it down in their lane over and over again. They would push the wave until they died, and do it again. Players would watch Baus push waves, take towers, and die to get minion waves, and think, all he's doing is pushing, there's no brain activity here, if I just keep right-clicking down my lane, I can win too. These players would not put thought into controlling waves, when to actually apply pressure, when it would be worth it to die in exchange for something else. These are all important things to consider, but your average player just reads inting Sion, they watch one game where Baus goes 0-16, then they would basically right-click down towers in silver until they lost.
The only reason they're nerfing Sion is because you clowns, yeah, you guys are just running it down and playing your disgusting inting Sion. It's your fault. And like, Sion, it's ridiculous. And I guess you guys are just fucking dominating your game somehow, because apparently Sion deserves a nerf. Like, you guys are just completely wreaking havoc on the Rift, taking over completely. So Riot feels like it needs a nerf. I don't know, man.
While Baus is credited for the inting Sion playstyle, he does not actually do this. Usually.
Let me get this straight, right? I don't play inting Sion. I play like smart Sion. But like, when I see these people that are like just running it down, literally just running it down, and they win doing it, like, then your opponent is just bad. If you legit lose to inting Sion, then you are just bad at the game. Like, inting Sion is a terrible strat. You have to play it like me if you wanna have a chance in higher elos.
There are a few factors that really help Baus find success in his games, and they're actually very simple. By playing with the focus on collecting waves and turret plates, Baus is able to be extremely efficient. No matter how much he dies, he is getting the same amount of gold from minions and from towers. The enemy team, though, will get less and less gold for killing him. This means that when he is proxying waves and split pushing, he is collecting a huge amount of gold for himself, and the enemy team has to spend their time to stop him from doing so. But because he tends to collect a number of deaths, they get basically no gold for killing him. It's important to remember that not only do they get no reward for killing him, by wasting their time, he is also denying them gold from other sources. There is an opportunity cost to stopping him, but if they choose to not stop him, Baus will simply end the game.
If they're just gonna ARAM, I'll just keep pushing and take Innovator. Why should I run to them when they have to run to, like, I'll end the game, fuck it, I'll go and end the game. No one wanna stop me? This server.
He creates a ton of pressure that must be answered, and also gives the enemy no reward for doing so. This is part of what he loves to call Bowsen's Law.
6-1? You kidding me? But hold on. Calculating Bowsen's Law into the calculation. Running the numbers. Alright? We will see that I am the one with a goal lead. I am the one with a goal lead.
The bounty system in League places a huge amount of value on kills specifically. This means that it's possible for you to be ahead of the enemy in gold, but for them to be the one with a bounty. This creates a situation where you are ahead of the enemy and you actually get rewarded for killing someone who is weaker than you. The system cares more about where your gold came from more than your total amount of gold. This can be abused heavily, especially when you consider that you could be 0-6 or 0-7 or 0-16, worth basically no gold, but stronger than the enemy. This creates a situation where you are rewarded for playing extremely aggressively, because you have nothing to lose and a ton to gain. You're already ahead, and the more aggressive you play, the more ahead you can get. Even if your plays don't work, you're still denying the enemy gold because they need to respond to you and receive nothing in return. They've spent their time for no gain. Most players play to not fall behind. They're afraid of getting ganked and will intentionally play in a way to not get ganked. Thebausffs plays in a way that basically demands that he is going to get ganked, and he plays in a way that ganking him doesn't really put him behind. By absorbing so much pressure and intentionally playing to force rotations, Thebausffs makes it very hard for the enemy team to make good plays on a macro level. It also makes it easier for his team to make plays because he is constantly creating pressure for them to play around. It's a common misconception that the bounty system is the only reason that his way of playing works. Don't get me wrong, it is a huge factor. But even if Kennen did not have a bounty in the situation, Thebausffs would still be ahead. Depending on when Thebausffs got his one kill, he could be worth way less than even 300 gold. This means that what I mentioned before still applies. Thebausffs is able to play more aggressively with less risk. The enemy team will get less gold for killing him, and therefore the risk and reward of all of his plays are very much in his favor. The bounty system just increases this further. Thebausffs talks about this a lot in his guide.
If you're going 0-5 and your life is only worth 112 gold, you need to be the playmaker. It is very low risk, because you only give 100 gold, and huge reward. If you're feeding, you cannot start playing safe, because your life is not worth as much, so you need to be the one that makes plays and risks. You gotta be the one risking your life. You can't let your teammates risk their lives. You gotta be the playmaker, especially if you're feeding. All these tips about playing safe when you're having a rough game, they're completely false. You gotta be the playmaker, because your life in this scenario would only be worth 112 gold. So you gotta make plays.
There is a lot more that I could talk about when it comes to Thebausffs and the strategies that he uses, but rather than do that, you should check out his full solo queue guide on his channel. It is 35 minutes long and covers a bunch of concepts that you don't often hear players talk about.
Lately, a lot of people have been wanting me to be permanently banned for my playstyle and stuff like this. I'm not making this guide to try and defend myself, or I'm not making this guide to force my playstyle onto anyone. There are so many people that play a lot more normally who are way better than me, so I'm not saying that how I'm playing the game is the correct way or anything like that. All I want to do with this video is show how I've been getting high elo these last few years.
While Thebausffs is most known for his Sion gameplay, he has quite an interesting champion pool. This season, he has almost a 70% win rate in 50 games on Rammus top lane, where he can often be seen buying not one, not two, but 3 chain vests, which go very well with his Sork boots.
Like, I'm winning the game, am I not? I'm winning the game. Imagine this. Imagine calling me a feeder, but I'm winning all my games. Hello, Ash.
He of course has his other standard champions, like Quinn and Gragas. Worth noting, there is not a single positive KDA in sight. Lately though, he has been working on his new sleeper pick, Lethality Lee Sin top lane. Thebausffs clearly has had quite an impact on League itself, from creating his own playstyle, achieving rank 1, hitting Challenger Korea, and also inspiring many low elo players to pick Sion and run it down for 30 minutes. What are your thoughts on Thebausffs' playstyle? Regardless of if you like it or not, he created his own way of approaching the game. He improved himself against some of the best players in the world, finding success where many others simply couldn't. Before ending this video, I'd like to give credit to Thebausffs. Basically all the clips for this video are from his YouTube or his Twitch, both of which are linked down below and you should definitely check out. Let me know what you think down below, and thank you for watching.
Solo bolo.